Oh, what another lovely crappy day on this crappy video making platform. I just love doom scrolling on typing on my iPad that I just fixed because the battery was shot. Now, let me watch some more brain rot that will ruin my attention span even more. Oh, well, it looks like I'm getting hungry. I was too busy doom scrolling that I missed lunch. Well, I better check if we have anything downstairs to eat, and actually, who the hell am I kidding? There is obviously no food downstairs and the creator is just using that as a plot point for today's video. Well, screw it. I'm not doing it that way. I am going to ask if we can go to Subway for today's dinner. We haven't been there since I quote-unquote accidentally burnt down the house back in 2017. Well, let me ask Mom if that's okay, and that she doesn't remember that incident.
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that? I don't know, but it's time to get back to our epic fight where one of us will totally be obliterated. Yeah, you're right, time to get obliterated into a gazillion pieces, you evil piece of shit. Oh, shit. I'm doomed, again.
Okay then. Note to self, never buy a cheap battery on a day that says totally legit ever again. I am going to pretend that didn't happen and continue on with my day.
Oh hey, Rosie, what's up?
Oh, not much. I was wondering if we can go to Subway for dinner tonight. So, is that okay?
I'm sorry Rosie, but Subway is getting way too expensive. It's like $10 at least to get a foot long. It's not worth it anymore at that price. It being $10 per foot long, you can probably go to the store, get all the ingredients, and make a better tasting sub for cheaper. We can still go out to eat for dinner tonight, but it has to be something else other than Subway.
Aw man. Well, it was worth a shout. I didn't know Subway had gotten way too expensive. If it was a higher quality sub, then it might have been a different story. But it's not. It's still fast food. Well, I'll think of something else we could do for dinner tonight other than Subway.
About that. There's a deal going on that I saw in the flyer that was in the mail, where you can get 50% off any sub.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there is also a deal where if you buy one, you can get one for free too. And there's stackable with other deals too. So we can do that and also have lunch for tomorrow. Also there's a big deal where we buy 8 footlongs for $40, so we each don't have to worry about ordering our own on multiple orders. How does that sound?
Well, in that case, since we're getting 2 subs for 1, then it's a no-brainer. Well Rosie, looks like we're going to Subway after all.
Oh yes. I can't wait. This is the first time we've gone to Subway since,
What Rosie?
Oh nothing, I am just excited to go back to Subway after a long time.
Well, alright then. We'll go in a little bit.
Hey Mom, this is kinda off topic. But why do we already have our Christmas stuff up in this room?
Well, since there's only 100 days at the time of me saying this line till Christmas, I thought let's get ready since we're going on a trip next month and we won't be back till November.
Okay, kinda makes sense. Anyway, can we go now? I got a game night with Dora and friends at 6 p.m.
Well, we need to wait for Boris to come back from getting beaten up by his good evil clone first, then we can go.
Watch. Boris will try to ground me and punish me and demand I should not get anything because of whatever mental reason he has for him to keep doing this to me 24/7.
Probably, but let's see how things will go. Here he comes now.
I really need to up my skills, or at least take some substances to help me own and beat my woke evil clone. He really needs to be put in his place for his crimes.
Hey, Boris. We're all going to Subway for dinner tonight.
Oh boy, that sounds so good. I can't wait to go to Subway and try their new steak and bacon sub, but that demon brat gets absolutely nothing and must suffer while the rest of us more worthy people eat. He should be grounded and wiped from existence for his crimes against humanity.
Called it. Can we go and get this crap over with?
Yeah, we can. Let's go to Subway right now. Wait, this is not Subway. This is a Subway.
Wow. Did you seriously just type Subway into the maps and didn't check if it was the Subway restaurant or just the nearest Subway stop?
Oh my god, Kaylu, how dare you make us go to the wrong Subway? I knew you were going to cause nothing but trouble if we let you out into the world. That's it. You're even more grounded for another 6,666,333,666 years. And we'll get a punishment day once we get home.
And how is this even my fault exactly? I wasn't even the one who was driving.
You existed. Ever since you failed abortion was born, everything in our lives, and the world itself for that matter, has gotten worse, thanks to you. You woke evil demon from hell.
Wow, what a totally legit and valid answer.
Anyway, before you three get into a big fight, let's just get back into the car and go to the actual Subway.
Seriously, don't you two know how to use a map? This is still the subway station, just now we're on the subway platform.
Oh my god, Kaylu, how dare you make us go to the wrong subway again? That's it. You're even more grounded for another 954,364,835 years. Now, as punishment, I am going to push you in front of that speeding train behind me. I hope you die and burn in hell for all of eternity.
That would be a blessing. At least I would finally be able to get away from my abusive so-called father.
Anyway, since you both are the captain of sense of direction, I'm just going to use goanimate logic to teleport us to the subway restaurant. Goanimate or whatever logic, activate now.
It's the subway!
Woohoo, we are finally here. After a very long time, I can't wait to get my subs.
Me too. I can't wait to get my barbecue chicken and Italian BMT subs.
Whoa whoa whoa, not so fast, you brat. You are getting absolutely nothing at all, you demon from hell. You are going to be locked in the hot car and suffer while the rest of us more worthy people eat. You failed abortion.
Oh my fucking god, Boris. Shut the fuck up right now or I will stab you to death. Stop with your hate on Kaylu for no reason right fucking now.
Well, at least if I die, I would be honored as a saint and a martyr, a champion defending the rights of the Constitution, free speech and shaping what God wanted society to be in his image. Just like that guy who was killed by a woke, mentally ill, far left-wing lunatic for his beliefs at a college. I wonder if I'll get a big parade and a statue of me and a national holiday.
Newsflash, no one cares. Also, he was a terrible person, especially his comments on women. So just shut up already.
Okay, I'll, shut up now.
Good. Now we all can go in and get our subs.
Hi, and welcome to overpriced, subpar subs, Subway. What would you all like today?
Well, we would all be doing the 8 subs for $40. I would like the meatball and pizza sub as my 2 subs, please.
I would have the tuna and cold cut subs as my 2 subs, please.
Well, I would like 2 steak and bacon subs, please. Oh, and that brat Kaylu gets nothing since he is such a bad boy, and is still grounded. So just make me another 2 steak and bacon subs, please.
Okay, I'm just going to give you 2 veggie subs with no sauce and cheese since you are being an evil, abusive parent. So what would you like for your 2 subs, Kaylo?
For my 2 subs, could I please have the barbecue chicken and the Italian BMT, please?
I'm so sorry, Kaylo, but we are all out of the processed synthetic chicken to make the barbecue chicken subs.
Well. Looks like they don't have your sub, which is a good thing. You don't deserve anything good, you brat. Now I know you are going to have a big meltdown, so go wait in the car and suffer while the rest of us eat. I'll be taking the 2 subs you were supposed to get for myself, and you are grounded for 983,547,483 more years and will get a punishment day once we get home.
Hey, I wasn't going to have a meltdown because one of my subs is not available currently. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk. That's Dina. Is it okay if I just get 2 Italian BMTs instead?
Yes you can, Kaylo. good job in not doing the basic destruction of the restaurant because they don't have the item they want plot. That's it, you get a cookie free of charge. Anyway, your grand total is $98,566,875. But since you're using the 8 subs, for $40 deal and since Boris is getting the veggie subs, your new total is $29.99. How would you like to pay? I'll be paying with my credit card.
Hey, how fucking dare you take that failed abortion's order? He is supposed to get nothing as his punishment. You'd better void his order and give me 4 high-quality steak and bacon subs instead, since Kaylee deserves nothing good in life, since he is such a bad boy.
Okay, I'm getting sick of this plot. Look, Boris. You are an abusive father that deserves nothing good. I don't know why Doris hasn't divorced you yet or why you haven't faced any real consequences for your actions. You will get what you get and won't get upset, and that's final. You are all getting 2 subs, and that's the end of it. Now shut the fuck up and stop abusing Kayla for the fun of it.
Oh, that is so it. How dare you disobey the man's authority? You are supposed to do what I want by giving me 4 steak and bacon subs and giving Kaylu absolutely nothing. That is so fucking it. You don't do what me, the authority figure around here, want for their subs. Then no one can have their subs. Time to destroy this woke restaurant that doesn't obey my authority and respects the Bible.
Oh, not this shit again. I'm really getting sick of this crap of unhinged kids and adults destroying restaurants where I work at because of whatever bullshit. Well, at least I get severance pay regardless of what happens, surprisingly. Since these crappy fast food jobs that barely pay a living wage. You know the drill all. Run or die.
And that takes care of that. And now I'm going to call the police so that Brat gets locked up for his crimes. If it weren't for him and his existence, I wouldn't have done this. Oh boy, no need to call. The police officer is already here. Now, officer, arrest that bald brat. He's the reason the subway is on fire. All because they didn't have a particular subpar sub on the menu. I hope you lock him up in maximum security with no luxury, and I hope you give him the death penalty. So we can finally be free from this demon from hell.
Actually, you are the one who's getting locked up in maximum security with no luxury of any kind. We saw on the security cameras throughout the city that it was you who destroyed the subway and was purposely trying to find a way to punish and abuse your son. So because of that, you are going to jail for a very long time. We've finally had enough of your crap, Boris. Now come with me, or you will be in jail for longer.
On an unrelated note, Mr. Subs is better. And Canadian too.
Yeah, well, that's my next shift. I can get a good discount on subs for you if you guys want.
Oh, don't be too smug. Once the real cops come back, I'm free and out of here. And you'll be stuck in here, facing the death penalty for locking up an innocent civilian.
Actually, no. All the cops who kept letting you off the hook have been suspended and put on leave for their corruption. So yeah, you're not getting out anytime soon. Now, I'm out. Bye. Hope you enjoy yourself, because you're going to be here for the next 50 years. Oh, by the way, you have a visitor.
Oh boy, hey, honey, have you come to bail me out so I can punish that bald brat, who should be the one in here instead of me?
Nope. I'm not paying your bail. I'm just here to say I'm glad you finally got what you deserved and are being locked up for a very long time. And stop doing the hey, honey, me.
Hey, you are out under my authority again. How dare you? You must do and support whatever the father or head of the family does, regardless of the circumstances and what happens. Now bail me out, bitch.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm not bailing you out. I'm not your property. I have my own free will. After all the abuse you have caused me, Kalo, Rosie, and many others, you expect me to bail you out for your crimes? Fat chance. You don't work, you barely do anything around the house, all you do is cause trouble for us 24/7. Leaving me to pick up the pieces and deal with the blowback. You're the real demon here, not Kalo. I hope your time in jail gives you a chance to reflect on your bad actions, maybe heal, and that God will forgive you. Once you're out in 50 years and have shown your redeemed self, I might not file for divorce. Keyword being might. I am so done with you. I can't believe I haven't filed for the divorce a long time ago and done with you. All you do is use me for sex and is your personal slave. You are going to have to do something big for me to love you again. Hope you enjoy 50 years of being alone. Now you know how it feels to be Kalu when you ground him for a ridiculous amount of time.
But Doris, I am.
Nope. I don't want to hear it, so long dipshit.